Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Maples Grove, and I am doing a video that was originally done, I think, by Celina of Essence of the Moon. I was tagged by Underneath the Field of Marigolds, Yavada, I think is her name. And as I'm filming this, it's June 6th, so this is halfway to Halloween. This started in last month of May, which happened to be that 6-month mark. So, yeah, so I was tagged by Underneath the Field of Marigolds. I've watched, obviously, you know, Yavada's, and I've seen Essence of the Moon, and I've watched, Sophie's, the Midwest Witch, and I find that I think me and Sophie have some similar answers. I was watching some of her answers, I was like, yeah, we're kind of similar on some things. So I'm filming this on the 6th of June. So let's get on with the questions. So question number 1, are you a fan of haunted houses? I like both. I like both the actual haunted house, like an old abandoned building or whatever, or old asylum that has the essence or stuff like that of the energy of the house and what has happened in that house, as well as I like the art of people decorating an actual haunted hayride or haunted house or a maze or whatever, and people from like who are arts or the theater who takes the time to dress up and act on it. I like them both, so I'm a fan of both. Number 2, what's your favorite ghost story or haunted lore? You know, it's funny, I don't have one. I don't have one. When I've heard other people's, I'm like, I don't have one. I really do not have one. I think part of it is just been busy bouncing around the United States because my husband was in the military as well as being a mom. So, I mean, I do like, when I can, I do like watching, looking up certain things when we move to a different state. Actually, I do have one. It's not real law, but when my husband was stationed in Fort Lewis, which is Tacoma, Washington, before we moved there, I was looking up like haunted places, what have you. And on the field, there's a practice field, and supposedly there was a war that happened between the Native Americans in that area in Washington State where the Fort Lewis the field is for them to practice, and now and I think it was like the American what have you. So one time my husband he had to be out there for like a week or something like that, and they have the military. It was raining. It was kind of sprinkling, raining. And they had these long like poncho type, army raincoats. And he happened to look. He was telling me about it. He happened to look, and he saw like it looked like some of his um some of his you know fellow soldiers, um but he was a little confused because even though he was far away, he could see them at the edge, what he thought. But he told me, he goes, it was almost like see-through. And he just kind of was like, that is weird. So he got a hold, he goes, hey, so are you guys there? No, we're not. We're out there. But he kept seeing movement. And I told my husband, I said, that's actually haunted. I said, I bet you, I said, there was a war going on with the tribes, um, of the tribes that lived here. I said, you probably saw the spirits of the tribes and the American people during that time back in, like, I don't know, like the 1800s. So I mean, there's that. But when it comes to lore, I really don't have a favorite ghost story or lore. But there's what I just shared with you. Number three, do you plan on Halloween decor hunting this year? No, and usually we do, but since we've been here in this house, we live kind of, we're not far from civilization, but we live on the belly of the mountain. We don't get trick or treaters, so we've been living here going on for 3 years this August. So with my goals, we had to drive to a different neighborhood so they could go out trick or treating. So we do not put up our decor because there's just no reason. There's no reason to go hunting for new decor. So as in decorating, like maybe inside the house, yeah, a little bit here and there. But other than that, like I'm thinking decor hunting, I'm thinking like for trick or treaters. Like we would get our yard looking like a graveyard with all these, hands sticking out and all that stuff. So, but we haven't done that because there's no reason for it right now till we move. Number four, candy corn. Love it or hate it. Either or neither. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Uh, but I don't mind it. And my husband even told me when we were first dating, he loves candy corn. He adores the shit out of candy corn. And he told me there was one time I grabbed like a bag that was like, I don't know, sometime in the spring. He goes, they ain't gonna taste good. I go, really? I taste them. They weren't bad. I'm like, they're not that bad. He goes, trust me. He goes, I think it was like in the summer. So within a couple months, we're going to have, you know, Halloween and candy corn. He goes, I'm telling you. He goes, when you remember how that tastes, yeah, it's not that bad. And he says, wait until next month or two when they bring out the actual Halloween candy corn. He goes, it's fresh. So I did. Even though I didn't buy the other one, I want to see if I could. There is a difference in taste. There is a difference in taste if you buy it on Halloween than say buying it 2 or 3 months before at a gas station. So, or some other store. So yeah, love it or hate it, I don't mind it. Number five, are you into costumes and dressing up for Halloween? Yes. Even though I haven't dressed up in the last couple of years, I would even dress up not only to get not only was to give out candy before we had our daughters, but I would dress up to go with trick or treating with my daughters. So, but the last couple of years I haven't. But I think this year my oldest, even though she's 18, she graduated just a couple of weeks ago, if that. I think this year she's gonna pull one last one, and I'm gonna go with her, and I think I'm gonna dress up too. So, my other daughter, she has friends that she goes with. So the last 2 years, I don't think she would want me to come. So I don't know. Six. What is one oh I'm sorry. Part of five. If you do if I am into costumes dressing up for Halloween. If so, what is your favorite costume of all time? Oh, I'm so excited because I heard this question. Oh, I got a good one. So a little backstory. My mom had my brother. I was 9 years old, and he was born in September. I don't know if it was that year. I think it was next year. So I think it was like Halloween of '87. But anyway, she had my brother. She always felt like the first year, she did it with me. She did it with me, except she did it with me a little longer because my dad worked. So she was able to do it, stay at home with me for a little longer. By the time my brother was born, I was 9. So it was it was in the it was in the mid '80s. And we were friends with a neighbor that lived 2 houses up. We went up there. The name was Jack and Judy. They were husband and wife. They owned their own business at their house. And my mom I overheard my mom saying, I want to stay home with my brother, with my son, with the baby. She goes, but money's gonna be a little tight. And Jack and Judy just kind of looked at each other. Mom goes, what? They said, we're looking for another secretary. And Jack goes, I can get a separate phone line. You can stay home with your son, and you answer phone calls, or if you have to make um, make a phone call to one of our clients to have to cancel the appointment. So that's what she did. So the following year, my mom goes, Cal, what do you want to be? And I'm like, I'm kind of stumped this year. I don't know what to be. And she's like, okay. We're racking the brain and everything else. I think it was a couple days later, Mom goes, I got it. And she told me what it was. It has to do with a neighbor's job. So didn't have to buy a costume. It was before you went to, it was before, Spirit of Halloween was around, but it did become big until the 90s. So this is still late 80s. I think I was 11. I had my jeans, my boots, a shirt, and like one of my dad's like fall vest kind of deal with black. So it was pretty much all black. Went up to my neighbor's, who was my mom's boss. He took, he went to his chimney, took soot, put it all over my hands, a little bit on my face. If you haven't guessed what it is, he grabbed his top hat that belonged. He was England. He was English. His family came from England. He let me borrow this hat. He goes, this hat used to be. He goes, his 5 times great grandfather. Like, oh, puts it on my head. He then takes something that is from England, again, in the family, an actual metal bristle, and even the bristles were like metal, was a chimney sweep broom. I was a chimney sweeper. So my mom walked with him and his son. They own a chimney sweep company. And it's been and the chimney sweep thing has been in the family since way back in England. So he let me borrow his family's top hat, and I was a chimney sweeper that year. That one was my favorite. You don't hear that. Very original. You don't hear that at all. No, I know for a fact nobody has had that before. 6. What is one activity or experience that is on your spooky season bucket list this year? I actually, if my daughter is going, my oldest is going trick or treating one last time, I'm going to dress up one last time with her. As well as starting last year, I've been requesting the day before and the day of Halloween. Actually, I've been taking that week off. I requested again this year. I just put it in the other day, and that is I take the 30th of October to into the first week of November, week off work, and that gives me time to do my spiritual practice, what have you, during that season, during that day. Going out trick or treating one last year. I'm thinking of looking into to see in the area if there's any walking through a set, what do you call it? What is it? The Like a tour of the cemetery where there's a guide and they tell you what's going on, over certain stories of the town and the graveyard and all that stuff. I like to try to find one of those and go to that in October. Let's see. 7. What book series or movie screams Halloween to you? Okay. It's mostly movies. The Crow, the first one, Brandon Lee. Because it's supposed to set in the movie Devil's Night the day before Halloween, into Halloween. Let's see. The Crow, Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow, and what's the third one? The OG Craft, and the fourth one, Nightmare Before Christmas. Those are my 4. And strong honorable mention, Practical Magic. So, let's see. 8. How do you typically spend your Halloween night? Usually I would go trick-or-treat, take my girls trick-or-treating. That's going to change after this year, as well as doing something special on my altar. What does Halloween mean to you, or in case myself? Halloween is just this. It's this. I know Beltane is a liminal space where the veil is thin, but I think it's just a different energy than fall and Halloween. There is a huge difference in energy, and it's just the leaves are blowing, the leaves are talking, the wind's carrying with the, you know, just something in the air that's so different. I mean, you feel it in September, but you definitely feel it come October and as well as Halloween. So I'm looking forward to just the change of the energy. Um, my divination for the year, I do one from October to September. Nothing too big or fancy. So who do I tag? So I got got a few. I'm tagging Justin Bennett, Witch of Enchantment. I'm curious what his answers to these questions on the halfway to Halloween. Abby the Witch. I'm also very curious. Jasmine and Borcia, do you like candy corn or you don't like candy corn? Witch of Earth Curious Goods, Joe Loud. He is Hawaiian and lives in Hawaii. So I'm very curious on his intake in a tropical island. How is it different? Vonnie the Vonniness, Danny of Danny Mystic, and Liz of West Star Hell. I am very curious of you guys' intake on these questions. So this one was a cool idea. I watched a couple, and yeah, just underneath the Field of Marigolds tagged me, so I decided to jump in and do the tag. So anyway, I will let you guys I'll let you guys go, and until next time, don't get lost in the grove when you go out.